5 and 236 of the Constitution and sections 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Governments Act 2012 provides for the values and principles of public service and established an elaborate framework for the establishment of county public officers and the recruitment, employment, and dismissal of county public officers. Number 7, Article 179(4) of the Constitution reaffirms the governor's position as the chief executive of the county. Hence, the Constitution and the law vests primary responsibility for decision-making and ensuring the well-being of the county on the governor. This is a strong expression of the county governor's commitment and expression to provide effective leadership, strategic vision, and direction to the county in ensuring efficient and prudent use of public resources. Provides for the impeachment of the governor on grounds of gross violation of Constitution, gross violation of other written laws, where the county governor has committed crimes under the national or international law, gross misconduct, and abuse of office. Number 9, Article 201, 205, and in particular, Article 207 established the County Revenue Fund and clearly stipulates that the money shall not be withdrawn from the Revenue Fund unless the Controller of Budget has approved. Number 10, Section 33 of the County Governments Act obligates the governor to and rein on the rot, corruption, and unethical practices in the county. Instead, the governor has deliberately aided, abetted, condoned, and encouraged the misuse, misappropriation, misallocation, wanton theft, and pilferage of county finances. Number 12, the governor has, in multiple occasions, directly and indirectly engaged in acts and conduct which severally and collectively constitute gross violation of the Constitution, gross violation of other written laws, gross misconduct, and abuse of office. Mr. Speaker, we will be demonstrating most of this because we have the evidence so that we consolidate our ground for the impeachment of the governor before us. Number 13, by his act and conduct, the governor has exposed the office of the governor, the assembly, and the people of Kericho to ridicule, embarrassment, shame, and disrepute. Number 14, the conduct of the governor has been scandalous and embarrassing to the high office of the county governor, an office held in public trust and whose authority ought to be exercised in a manner consistent with the purpose and objects of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, Article 174 is clear on how even a governor ought to conduct his business in management of this county. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, more often than not, the governor has continuously violated such an article. And Mr. Speaker, it's unfortunate. Number 15, the conduct of the governor has made it impossible for the county to be governed as it ought to be, compromised service delivery, and jeopardized the functions of both arms of government of Kericho. It has therefore become untenable for the governor to continue being in office. Number 16, the governor has seriously committed constitutional wrongs that subvert the structure of the government and undermine the integrity of the office and even the constitution itself. The significant effects of the conduct that is undermining the integrity of the office, disregard of the constitutional duties and oath of office, arrogation of power, and abuse of the governmental process has had adverse impact on the running and the administration of the Kericho County government. And number 17, the governor's continued stay in office has and will continue to undermine effective service delivery to the detriment of the people of Kericho County, in whose the trust the governor holds the office. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Assembly resolves to impeach the governor under Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Governments Act, and Standing Order number 70 and 70A of the Kericho County Assembly Standing Orders on the following grounds. Ground number A, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws. Mr. Speaker, gross violation of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya 2010, the County Governments Act 2012, the Public Procurement and Disposal and Asset Disposal Act, the Public Finance Management Act 2012, and Kericho County laws. Number 1, misappropriation and misallocation of county finances. On various occasions, since his election as a governor and subsequent assumption of office, the governor has engaged in various acts of gross violation of Article 10, 183, and 201 of the Constitution, Sections 102 and 109 of the Public Finance Management Act, Cap 412A, and the provisions of the Kericho County Rating Act number 5 of 2019 as follows. Roman number 1, fictitious payment of works, goods, and services. Mr. Speaker, between January 2025 and July 2025, the governor engaged in gross violation of Articles 10, 183, 201, 207, and 208 of the Constitution and Sections 102, 109, and 110 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and Section 33F of the County Governments Act 2012. The governor aided, abetted, and or condoned the fictitious payment of goods and services and works which were neither delivered nor done, occasioning the county loss of 8 and Section 33F, which were 5 million shillings, 704,522 and 90 cents. In number A, services which were not rendered and or partially done, e.g. maintenance of 15 residential houses in Kipkelion, West Sub-County, at a cost of 2.999 million. Mr. Speaker, the report by the committee, the ad hoc committee that just concluded its business, chaired by the Honorable Albert Kipoech, were able to visit the site, Mr. Speaker. The contractor was paid very early in the year, that's around February. By the time they went to visit the site, works had not been done, partial works had been done. There is no report. The contractor has been paid fully. In this county, Mr. Speaker, you can work. Even before you start working, you're already paid. It is illegal. It is wrong. We have contractors, Mr. Speaker, who've rendered services to this county. They have never been paid. Case in point, I know of contractors whose family members are unwell, and they have never been paid for works they have already done. But here is a contractor. It is shocking. We were expecting 35 tons of these raw materials. But what was supplied, Mr. Speaker, is hardly 10 tons. They cannot explain the remaining tons. And number two, Mr. Speaker, this particular supplier was already paid in full. Mr. Speaker, this is illegal and this is wrong. And the governor cannot in any way challenge even this. Another society called Toroistan in Kapsaos Ward was affected. When the committee visited, the supplier even tried at night to sneak the raw materials. Mr. Speaker, this is the height of impunity, which we will never condone as an assembly. And Mr. Speaker, we are doing our work. The corruption that has gone, beyond reasonable limits in this county ought to be stopped. Mr. Speaker, there is even one society in Litain where the Honorable Vincent Kirui comes from, called Kipagenge. I'm made to know it was closed close to 2 years ago. It's not operational. And the allegations are that the same society was supplied with this raw material. There is one, Cherobu, in Chebo in Ward. Again, even the Honorable member, Honorable Francis Terrer, was a member of this committee. And he established that we lost these raw materials. And the member has audacity at the moment to take a photo outside there to claim we cannot fight for all these corruption cases. Mr. Speaker, we will show the members of the public what has happened in this county. Number C, overpriced goods, including sodas, alleged to have been bought for about Kenya shillings 500 per 300 milliliters bottle, and a bale of tissue paper alleged to have been bought for Kenya shillings 2,750 per bale of 10 tissue papers, and a hand towel priced at Kenya shillings 3,600. Mr. Speaker, we watched live when the committee looked into this in these same chambers. The CEO in charge of water, who was grilled, confirmed that indeed, he kept on even saying noted chair, meaning he agreed to the allegations that were posed before him. Mr. Speaker, how do you erase? Because we have the answer. Later on, they are claiming, there was an error, we didn't supply everything. The question is, when the committee requested you to supply any document relating to transaction into such things, what happened? Then you come here and tell us the soda was 100, even if it was 125 shillings, that is on the high side. Where do you buy a soda for 100 in this county? Mr. Speaker, the hand towel, the hand towel for 3,600. It's unheard of. Number D, works, goods, and services alleged to have been procured for Kenya shillings 5,172,715 and 60 cents from companies including Mengro Products Limited, Hildama Construction and Supplies Limited, Brissac Construction and Supplies Limited, Prospera Ventures Limited, and IBM Pro Construction Limited, without any supporting documents. Mr. Speaker, initially, the committee was investigating 80 million shillings that were lost. In the process, they discovered additionally there is 5 million that were paid to these subcontractors, and there is no supporting documents. Mr. Speaker, and I'm happy the governor is sitting here today, because the committee went an extra mile to request for these documentations. There is not a single supporting document. And Mr. Speaker, this is illegal because you paid for something that was never supplied or done. Mr. Speaker, losing 5 million shillings, this can build or can do a water project that will benefit more than 500 households. And we cannot, as a county, Mr. Speaker, allow this to happen. And that is why we are saying, Mr. Speaker, this time round, Your Excellency, without ill will, this one, you must answer to the charges, because at this point in time, we want to fight for the people of Kericho. Number E, payment of contractors from the retention account for the works done more than 5 years ago, some of which companies had already been paid, and therefore misappropriating county funds through double payments. Mr. Speaker, if indeed the committee, through its report, was able to uncover this, how on earth will you pay for a company that had already been paid the retention? In fact, Mr. Speaker, the chairman and the committee requested for the retention register because it was going to prove who had already been paid and who had not been paid. Mr. Speaker, I can give you a funny account. In my own word, there is a road that was done. And within 2 months, the contractor had already been paid, the road is not complete, and the retention money was again being processed. It is unimaginable. Mr. Speaker, we will definitely prove so that we know who to hold. Even before we go to that officer, first of all, the governor is the chief executive of this county. And where there is a mess, we begin with the head, which is the chief executive. Number two, some of the goods and services, I'm a member of the appointment committee. When the name of one Malil Kipruto came to this house, he was the CEC in charge of public service management. Hardly 1 month later, he was taken to ICT. A month and a half later, he was in charge of lands. How will this particular officer learn the ropes to be able to, offer services to this county? Yes, Mr. Speaker, the governor has continued to abuse office by firing left, right, center officers he himself, proposed through this house for them to be hired. This is the height of impunity, that the governor has continued to show ever since he was elected. Evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, complicity in the foregoing acts of illegal appointments, unlawful dismissal and transfers, and usurpation of the constitutional and statutory functions of the county organs is to be found in, number one, the judgment of Employment and Labor Relations Court in Kericho in the case of Collins Sang versus Governor Kericho County, and two others, petition E001 of 2023. And it was in 2024, the judgment actually was published. That is KCA exhibit number 12, number from the governors and other staff, KCA exhibit number 13, Roman number 3, copies of bundles of sample court documents filed in various cases, KCA exhibit number 14. Mr. Speaker, remember all the CCs who've been fired have gone to court. They have active court cases. And, most of these labor-related cases, oftentimes, the employer always loses the case, amounting to millions because of the number of people the governor has fired. Roman number 2, subversion, discrediting, and impeding of the oversight role of the county assembly. Mr. Speaker, number 1, on 3rd of September 2024, the governor engaged in 1, gross misconduct, and Roman number 2, grossly violated the provisions of Article conduct, Roma number 2, grossly the office the governor holds. Further, as a result of the illegal actions of the governor, the county was condemned to pay costs. Mr. Speaker, we have the clip, and before we play, this is a case where the governor again lost. The proprietor of the parcel of land went to court. And this was funny, Mr. Speaker, so that you know it is wrong to get it wrong from the word go. This is day 2 after swearing in. The governor led a mob, tore down the fence of that particular proprietor. Even if the governor knew that the land is claimed to belong to the county, there is a due process. You don't repossess illegally, make it a dump site without any approval. And then when the proprietor went to court, he won the court case. The county is in contravention of chapter 6. I mean, that is the integrity of the governor is already in question in day 2 when he was elected. Tell me, Mr. Speaker, why this governor should continue holding office, even with the judgment rendered by the courts that he was in violation of the constitution, that he forcefully entered into somebody's land, made it a dump site without any approval, Mr. Speaker. And that is why I'm here to say, members, giving him an opportunity, I do not know how this county will be run even until 2027. Number B, none of the dismissed CECs, CEOs, chiefs of staff, and other senior county staff were given fair administrative action, due process, hearing, thus violating the provisions of Articles 41, 47, Article 51 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, remember, even if you were to fire a CEC or a CEO, then you should be able to have accusations. I've seen CECs in other counties go to court and win the cases. I do not know for Kericho, because case in point, Mr. Speaker, is the December 23rd one, where the governor just updated a Facebook post, and days later, he came up with letters of dismissal. The grounds to date is not known, but we will then prove, because they are our witnesses now. Mr. Speaker, in the case of Erick Mutai and the other three, the governor actually messed up with their reputation. I want to bring to your attention, Mr. Speaker, Engineer Erick Mutai is a village boy who went to school, Khaki Bay, Kapkiburu Primary, Khaki Bay, as a day scholar, scored an A- from that small school, went to Kenyatta University, get the best grade. He worked, before even joining us, he had worked for Water Trust Fund. This is a young man who had ambitions. Now, firing him of incompetence rendered the life of that young man useless. Mr. Speaker, this is a governor who wants to be given chance. Yet, whenever he has authority, he has never given chance to anybody who works for him. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, he's continued to run the affairs of this county is untenable. And I want to beseech members, when the time comes, let us act. We've gone through the hard times through the leadership of this governor. Number C, the governor has persistently intimidated, molested, harassed county officers who do not sing to his tune, leaving officers jittery and creating an atmosphere of fear, uncertainty, and despondency in the county, and thus creating toxic work environment. This violates the Number 2, judgment of judgment of ELC petition number E001 of 2022, Josiah Kiplangat Kogo versus the county government of Kericho. Number 9, we have the video clips. And Mr. Speaker, you've been able to see one. So, Mr. Speaker, to that fact, we've come to the end of the motion. And before I call on the seconder of the motion, Mr. Speaker, I want to tell the governor who is before us, pursuant to standing orders of this county assembly and Article 51 of the Constitution, fair hearing. Mr. Speaker, it is important that the governor knows that on various dates, ever since he was elected, his actions has brought us this far. Mr. Speaker, there is a clip there that we will get a clear one, where the governor admitted while they were installing the new managing director of Kewasco, where he admitted in public and in camera that in Londiani's case, funds were lost. I'm waiting to see his replying affidavit because it's confirmed in series. And he claimed I was still younger. Now that I've now known how to run the county. This is somebody who's confirmed his own wrongdoings. I want to urge the members, we will save this county, and the county of government of Kericho will vindicate our actions in future and for the generations to come. To this, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you, the Honorable Honorable before Honorable Vincent Korir takes to the floor, is the Deputy Speaker, first panelist, Honorable Philip. Yes, you can come over. As the Honorable Vincent Korir, you will take the floor, you second the motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to second the motion. And before I second the motion, Mr. Speaker, I would like to contribute on what my colleague has stated. And this motion is not only historical, it is also going to have a test of integrity to this House, a test of integrity to the members, a test of integrity to the governor before us, and everyone else who has been entrusted with an office. Mr. Speaker, the issue of leadership, as in this motion, leadership, is being accountable. Mr. Speaker, there are issues that have been touched on corruption. There are issues of fake tenders. There are issues of inflated projects. There are issues, Mr. Speaker, of impunity. Last time, I don't have a word to call this because fictitious payments will attract even the worst names and robbery, because that's not what we should entertain as a house. Consequently, when you break these laws, for instance, the governor, the law says you will be impeached, you will be disqualified. It is a test of a character of a person. And our silence in this house, Mr. Speaker, will not absolve us. The people are watching, history will judge us, and if money was stolen, then it means there is a hospital that is lacking drugs, there is a road that is not being repaired, and there is a mamamboga. Now, currently, who is suffering out there because they have not received? Currently, who is suffering out there because they have not received? There is a farmer who has not received the services that are required. There is a farmer who has not received the services that are required. Mr. Speaker, as a house, we have that mandate to interrogate these issues, to look. That is why we have the reports on the pending bills. We have the reports of Auditor General. We have the reports of fictitious payments. We have the reports on Londiani accident victims. We have deliberated as a house because we are doing the oversight, the role that we are mandated to do. And I believe today is a day because for the governor, all this. They normally say documents have facts and facts don't lie. And I believe whatever was documented here are hard facts. And we cannot divert attention to try and blame any other person. Because I saw in the clips played by my colleague here, where the governor was praising the committee and giving them good names. And later when the facts came out, the names of the committees changed to other names, name calling. We want to believe that in this house, we want to see facts. Mr. Speaker, on the fictitious payments, the 85 million, I'm very sad. Excellent job. And they have never been paid for a very long period of time. They are still waiting to be paid. And I want to thank the whistleblower, because if the whistleblower would not have mentioned all this, then it means whatever was being supplied to Toroch time last week could not have been supplied. Whatever was supposed to be supplied to Ruskebe, that is in our sub-county, could not have been supplied. Then it means whistleblowers are very important. The public told me before the fictitious payments were being done, already the public had a report on their payments were being done. Already the public had a report on their own, and they could be able to analyze the report. So it means, Mr. Speaker, these issues of gross misconduct, gross violation of the Constitution, is a test of our leadership. And today, Governor, before us, you see,
and still remains my commitment towards the given report. Mr. Speaker, to demonstrate our commitment in settling these matters, funds embezzlement is not a political question. It is criminal questions in nature. I have indicated times and above that corruption is what has taken Africa back and is what has destroyed nations. My commitment is demonstrated by the fact that EACC, DCI, has taken sides of the matter. As a county government, we have already submitted the documents to EACC and the DCI, who have been sent to come and prosecute this matter within also the relevant structures which portrays what this great assembly has done. Our commitment is to fully implement, cooperate with the agencies to ensure that the same is done and justice is served by the people, is served and given to the people of Kericho. Mr. Speaker, matters have been raised on the inconsistencies of the governor on this matter. One such matter is my speech at Cheburiye, whom it says I glorify the committee which I held at very high esteem, and also seems to be providing the same direction. It is then, in my view, that if we listen to the entire of that clip, I did indicate it, that those who are found culpable must face the law. And it is a commitment that I have. I don't have the instruments of investigation. Probably this House has, the EACC has, and the DCI. But a governor does not have the instruments. And this relies on the report that has been given to me. Mr. Speaker, I also rose because my lead counsel will use the smallest time we have. And we promise, Speaker, we will not even take 1.5 minutes, Mr. Speaker, because I really need the team. It's been 1 week of agony and pressure. And we will really take the team, Mr. Speaker. And I know when you had bet and my good friends will take the floor here, some of the things they will say may force pressure to go up a bit, Mr. Speaker, and I would like to safely hide me in your office, Mr. Speaker. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, questions have arose on the imbalanced distributions of works in this county. My chief accuser, who is also my good friend, Honorable Rogoin, didn't report to this House as a few weeks ago he was doing a road in his ward, Mr. Speaker. I thought he was going to tell his people that he has just done a road, and so many others. I was also anticipating my chief accuser to indicate to the seconder of the motion, my good friend and my age-mate, Vincent Korir, that at this home, Londiani, Chago Road Water Project, which is going approximately 80 million, funded by Floca, is almost 90% completion or almost done. And we are planning even for His Excellency President to come and commission, because he's one of the best in this area. My good friend, Honorable Ragoni, my chief accuser equally, says that my friend Norman, and he claims he's my relative, and I don't want to discuss the substance because we are not here to discuss relatives and cousins and brothers and sisters. But he did also mention that South Water Project, which is in the word of Honorable Kavlela, that Mheshimiwa Maji, Kapsa Water Project, and bordering his own constituency, his own ward, is actually funded by the Flocker Project, Mr. Speaker. And he didn't mention that he's my relative or Maji is my relative, Mheshimiwa Maji, Mr. Speaker, sir. But he was very quick to say that Norman is my relative and therefore water project is being done in his ward. But the same Kapsa Water Project which is being done in his own word, was not very kind enough to say that this water project is going to share, it's done. Those are the few things I want to raise. Mr. Speaker, the honorable member, and they say that Mheshimiwa Dominic of Kabianga is my friend. Mr. Speaker, my chief accuser, in the same breath, didn't realize that a place called Kibrengwe somewhere in Kedawa, Kimogun, Mr. Speaker, a key Flocker water project is being done in that area at a cost of 17 million. And it is in the word of my good friend, which we just inspected the project today, Mheshimiwa Sigilai, Honorable Speaker. That is not your Mossad word. And I'm happy that the chief accuser didn't say that the member is my friend. So because he's my enemy, if using his own terms, it means that the project is again being done in his word. And it's a very good thing, Mheshimiwa Speaker Sam. Mr. Speaker, the question that the governor is unbalanced in distribution of work is far-fetched. Today, we are building a facility at Soshat, upgrading Soshat Hospital to be level 4 hospital. And we are doing a project worth 158 million. I'm very happy again that my chief accuser didn't mention, Mr. Speaker, order. I will, because of the matter, I want us to allow His Excellency the Governor to make his submission. And then, thank you for. And then, at some point in time, when Catwell will be and his team, I will allow. Okay. So the Honorable Rogoin, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Rogoin, the motion mover, and. Which Mheshimiwa Paul Chichiri is assisting. Order on the members. Perhaps you know the governor is the first time he's standing. Thank you for your grace, Mr. Speaker. So, I think they want you to refer to Honorable Rogoin as the motion mover. Thank you for your grace, Mr. Speaker. I refrain from that and apologize. Okay. And Mr. Speaker, Honorable Rogoin didn't indicate, the motion mover didn't indicate that in Honorable Shelley's place we are building a facility. But he did also indicate that he's my friend, but we are doing a facility there today, Mr. Speaker, sir. What I'm trying to build on, in fact, the Mheshimiwa Honorable Tiriot Beth of Ainamoi, the other day, the Roof Flocker project, we were giving out daily course with him. And Ainamoi is not your Mossad word. And the motion mover correctly did indicate that we are doing something. So the accusation of the governor that he has not balanced the word, I want to believe in the history of devolution, this is the time that we are speaking live to many of the wards across this county. Mr. Speaker, because I don't want to dwell with much, because I know that and you'll forgive me because I don't know the practices of this house, and lucky for me, I've not been an MC or a member of parliament, just been in the executive. I would also just like to mention a few things, and this is for the clarity of the county. When we mention that the governor has sacked CECs and CEOs, we need to have facts. The governor has no powers to even sack a single CEO in the first place. The process of sacking a CEO is either through resigning or through disciplinary process in the Public Service Board. Those powers, and you have been in the executive yourself, Mr. Speaker, thank God, rest with the institutional bodies that are independent. In Kericho County, I would like to see a letter today being tabled that indicate the governor signing that I have sacked this CEO on this date and this date, Mr. Speaker, sir. Because the rest remains just wishful thinking. As the CECs, Mr. Speaker, the internal processes as the appointing authority lies within the executive, the appointing authority. We were at Naivasha, there were discussions with the joint cabinet, there were demonstrations of performance across the county, and in the process, the appointing authority in his wisdom and the powers bestowed by the great people of the county, because CCs are representatives of the governor at that level, was able to make some directions on the same. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this. If the governor is going to be impeached for having successes or change CEOs, this great house that we are today, Mr. Speaker, have also had 3 majority leaders in a short span of time. There was Honorable Vincent, who I sent to Egypt to tour the pyramids. He came back, his seat was Muteja. Mr. Speaker, in the same breath, my good friend and my compatriots, my good friend Paul Chichi Tarimbo, holding briefly for him before Kashagwa decided to make the current majority leader the leader of this house, Mr. Speaker, who is supposed to be impeached in this matter, because what is good for the goose must be good for the gander. Mr. Speaker, the great house we are today, and I'm proud to be here, have had different committees at different levels, at different transition, different chairs of committees in the places. The governor has never challenged or anybody, because the powers of the house cannot be challenged by anybody. It is rested on you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the Constitution vests powers on you and the members. The latest of those casualties is my good friend, Honorable Kimarus, Mr. Speaker, who was a chair for us the other day, but now is home. But who is going to be impeached now on all these things? So what I'm trying to say is that,
it's okay, for the purpose of record, because we are unanswered, I guess you must have been referring to Honorable Gilbert Ngetich.
All right, Mr. Speaker. Just like I said, Mr. Speaker, you be graceful to me because I'm up in this house today. So what I'm just saying is that institutions have their strengths, institutions have their powers that cannot be challenged by anybody. In this same case, the institution of the county governor's office also, the people vested powers on him on matters he says, and the public service board have also been given such other responsibilities. Mr. Speaker, sir, I saw something interesting in this motion. One very interesting thing is the governor is accused to have employed his brother and the wife of his staff. Mr. Speaker, you've been in the executive. The governor have no absolute role in the employment and recruitment and promotions of the staff of the county. The power is vested on the Public Service Board, which is a constitutional independent body. If the governor is facing an impeachment because he's accused of maybe nepotism, Mr. Speaker, then I'll ask myself the same question. The wife of my good friend, Honorable Bochi Shir, is a staff in our county facility, Mr. Speaker, sir, who is supposed to be impeached, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, many members here, I don't want to mention names, 4 or 5, have their spouses working in the county government of Kericho. I have even confirmed them because they are noble citizens of this country who have gone to school and they deserve employment, Mr. Speaker, sir. And these things were happening when some of the members were seated in this same house as members of this house. Mr. Speaker, when I came as a governor, we confirmed them and we are working with them because they deserve jobs in this country. But Mr. Speaker, on the matter of whether the governor has employed anybody, the question rests with the Public Service Board of Kericho County, which is an independent body. In the same way, Mr. Speaker, we can't challenge that so-and-so has a relative working here, just in the same way in this assembly, that is the County Service Board. And in the County Service Board, Kenyans and people of Kericho come and apply a job. In one way or the other, there can be a coincidence that they can be relative of so-and-so. That, Mr. Speaker, is something that I think the Constitution provides for the same. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, I wish to say this. As a governor of this county, I regret that we're in this situation. There is devolution conference, a key event happening for this nation at Homa Bay. It was my sincere it would give us a chance to prepare. Mr. Speaker, we're having the last financial, or basically second last financial year. It has always been my desire that we resolve our issues, because impeachment is always the last resort when issues cannot be resolved. However, I wish to deny any wrongdoing. My senior counsel will come and demonstrate the hype stories of sodas, the hype stories of tissue papers, which was choreographed, planned to wipe public emotions. you will come and demonstrate that in a short while, Mr. Speaker, sir. And we will want to do this not for anything, for posterity. For posterity, because another impeachment motion will come to this house. We would want to treat a governor based on innuendos, on malice, but we would want the same to apply, that the law stands on its here and this place. Because as it is, I haven't seen statements, Mr. Speaker, that the governor withdrew funds of NAFCDB. Mr. Speaker, you have been the CC Finance for those years in Kericho County. The governor has no role in withdrawal of funds. He doesn't have the accounting rights at all the times. And the statements that have been made by the motion mover is that he is going to provide the financial statements in future. In future. But an impeachment is being discussed today as we wait for documents from the bank to be provided in future. Mr. Speaker, we need to be balanced in our thoughts. That where issues are, we keep fair justice where it deserves. The matter of Londiani will equally be dealt with my senior counsel, and I know we'll exhaustively discuss those details. But I wish to say, finally, that the process is ongoing. I just want to also request this great assembly that whether the impeachment becomes successful or not, because God knows the fate of everybody. We are here today, we are not there tomorrow. We are seated today as Waishimiwa of Kericho County, elected by the people, who will not be there forever. People have been in this house, they have gone. And I quote Senior Counsel James Orengo, that when my time comes to go, I'll always go with my head high, knowing that I've done great for the people of Kericho County, even within a short time. And I've done it with my heart and passionately with my heart. And I'm not guilty. And I'm not afraid. I have summoned my soul for the last 1 week and asked myself what is happening. And I know that I am not a perfect person. I'm not an angel. I make mistakes just like any other person. But out of all this, Mr. Speaker, let's do some few things for Kericho County. The Public Service Board is not in place. The names are in this great assembly. These are institutions that need to operate and run. When we make recommendations that the CEO should face the Public Service Board, or recommendations that take the CEO to the Public Service Board, the work of the governor is just to write to the Public Service Board. In the absence of a functional Public Service Board, Mr. Speaker, the same will not be realized. Allow it to happen so that it forms another ground for an impeachment. And looking into the energy of motion mover, having moved this time, I don't know if you'll survive this. Maybe you have another energy for a third one. But it's my prayer that the Lord will lead us to green pastures. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, as we do this, I still invite the honorable members of the Kericho County Assembly. But all is not lost. We have a county that has been given by us by the people of Kericho. We have just a year or two to finish on what our people ask us to do. It's an assignment that cannot happen in the place of rancors and disagreements. I invite the Kericho County Assembly of Kericho that there comes a time again when we can look into ourselves, hold our hands, look ourselves into our face, forgive one another, and move forward to a prosperous county. I'm ready to work with every member of the county assembly. Whether this motion will be defeated here, whether it will go to Senate and will come back, whether it will be defeated in the Senate or it will move and will go to courts and come back, because our whole process of these things, I still want to say I have no grudge to anybody, including the motion mover. I extend my hand that we are ready to work together, build this county together for the grace that the time that God has given us. With those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I would wish to end by inviting Lawyer Katwakiki and also request you, Mr. Speaker, for that cup of tea you had proposed, because the energy levels are going down on me. Thank you so much. And lastly, before, yes, Mr. Speaker, just lastly, I beseech of you, Mr. Speaker, with your grace. We are going to progress with this motion and finally vote. So many issues have been raised, that there is an e-system, e-procurement, and it's good to say this in public, that there is an e-system The standing orders provide that we can vote electronically, we can vote through acclamation, we can vote through roll call. Mr. Speaker, all I beseech your good office, if there is one string line between me and that, is fairness. Just fairness. But when it comes to voting, let it be transparent. If we will feel at your discussion and request you, Speaker, that we do a roll call voting and people will stand up and say that my name is so-and-so, Honorable so-and-so, I want the governor to go home, I will smile, Mr. Speaker. If this one say this and this, I'll equally smile. And at the end of the day, if I may go, let me go with dignity and with fairness, because a democratic right of every individual. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and looking forward for the cup of tea under your grace. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, His Excellency the Governor, for your submissions and responses. Before you proceed, I think I want to, of course, from the submissions by the Governor, because of the time that we had. I hope, Katwa, I know you were keen. I have realized that the Governor has handled a number of the allegations that have been raised by the motion mover. He has addressed them. Probably, of course, if you have something to add on it, that is in order. But if you feel that the others that he has answered sufficiently, then that is also okay. So thank you for that, Governor, and you may proceed to have your cup of tea as your capsule continue with the submissions, and then you will also join us. And then before I open the floor for the members to contribute, if that is in order. So, proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The Governor will sit in for just a few minutes, then we can vote at a much sought for tea. I would like to start by saying that we will supply, it looks like this process might take the whole day. We will supply by 2 p.m. the pages that have been mentioned that by 2 p.m. on Monday. Request for that application, and we appreciate indulgence on that.
That is okay.
Thank you very much. We take on board the point that you make that you are not aware of the orders. As I indicated, we are also interested parties. We were also sued. It's not so much that we find the suit. And so whoever finds the suit will probably take up the issue. So I'd like to leave that issue there. You invited my attention to the Powers and Privileges Act. I have looked at it. I am aware of its provisions. On the issue of whether or not we can proceed to this. Probably just one more. Just let me just retrace 1 minute. On the issue of the court orders, we just want to be on record on the answer that we are proceeding under protest in the face of the fact that we have no choice, and we cannot deny ourselves the directions. We will proceed. Discussing the issue of the previous motion may be brought after 90 days. However, notwithstanding that, a motion for removal of a governor by impeachment may be reintroduced. So the mainness, the latitude, the discretion is in whether or not it will be done. It is no discretion as to whether or not you can rely on the grounds. That one you are on, Mr. Speaker. And the greatest response
was referring to
subsection
2.
Yes.
On
those are to say
on me.
Yes. It says motion for the removal of a governor by impeachment may be introduced. And that is the only place where the word may is used in that standing order. May be reintroduced in the county assembly on other grounds other than. So it is absolute, other than. It it is exclusive. It doesn't allow for any
to bring back Londiani, bring back Kasimitani, bring back the affidavit of Kogo and the other staff member. It doesn't allow for that, Mr. Speaker, sir. And the other important words that are used in that is that grounds that were highlighted in the previous impeachment. Now, I appreciate the point made by Honorable Rokon, that this issue was not discussed on merit. And Mr. Speaker, sir, also in giving your directions, you seem to be going back to the same point, saying that the preliminary objection had the effect of having not allowed the issue to proceed. But as pointed out to me by my colleague, Mr. Evans, highlighting is what is done in this floor, in this house. The fact of moving the motion, the fact of discussing it in this house is the aspect of highlighting, so that the moment you have exhausted the point of highlighting, you cannot bring it back. It doesn't matter what happened in the Senate. It only matters that it has been a subject that was highlighted in moving the motion. It is a subject that was highlighted in discussions on the floor, and it was debated on, and it was voted on in this assembly. For those reasons, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to say that with the greatest respect, the assembly would be mistaken to allow and entertain issues relating to the previous.
Order, Kato. I already actually made a ruling that we proceed. Yes. Despite that, I only allowed you to protest a bit, but you wanted to proceed.
Yes, I just wanted to have said that so that it is on record. And just in case you change your mind, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay, proceed.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Now, Mr. Speaker, sir, there is an issue that my client has very particularly said I should mention before he goes for this extremely important cup of tea of his. It is the issue of the voting, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, my client comes from a very uncomfortable position that the information we have is that a voting system was installed last night, specifically targeted at the handling of this process. Both the timing, the hurry, makes us very uncomfortable. We also have information, Mr. Speaker, sir, that some votes belonging to some people supporting him, that is Amos Birir, Martin, Edna, and Dominic, have already been manipulated.
Yes,
we just want to be on record as protecting right from the one.
That's okay, fine. I will still refer you back to our standing order number 19, the responsibility for statement of facts. Of course, you have mentioned that on the matter of voting, which I don't even know how. Now, unless you are being guided, because we're still prosecuting the matter, debating. When that time comes, I will be giving a ruling on how voting is done. But of course, our standing orders are very clear. On the aspect of speculation, let us not speculate, because you see, when we say the Honorable Dominic have been already, there is a vote casted, as mentioned by Honorable Katwa, then I don't know now what will happen should that not be the case when voting will be done. Of course, and remember that this is a house of facts, and so that I know Katwa is not a member of I don't know whether he has been a member of parliament before or a member of county assembly. Probably he will understand that whatever he mentions, he needs to substantiate. Even the issues of procuring the system and all those things, those are in-house issues that only perhaps the administration can be able to confirm. And I don't think it's in the right place. It's not the right forum to debate on how was this, how the system was procured, when was the system procured, who knows even whether there is a system. I don't know. Those are some of the things Katwa that makes me not to allow you to continue discussing on the matter of voting, because we'll get there, because we are guided by our standing order. What is point of order? What is your point of order? And do we have other mics so that you don't keep on?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise on the point of order number 98, responsibility for the statement of fact. Mr. Speaker, the moment His Excellency was given an opportunity, he pleaded to you, Mr. Speaker, and the whole House that he won't fail. Is it possible also for the Honorable Kato Keegan to give us the facts that the members have voted already, Mr. Speaker? This is a matter that members of the public need to know, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you can just allow me, Mr. Speaker, to close over so that I can face Kato Keegan, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that we are discussing. The resources belong to Kericho residents, Mr. Speaker. We are discussing the issue of 85 million that was paid before anything was done to this, to the people of this county, Mr. Speaker. We want, and I request, Mr. Speaker, using standing order number 1, you give Kato Keegan to give us how the votes were done and by whom, Mr. Speaker.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, I need you that someone was paid 2.1 million, Mr. Speaker, so that to supply soil. Kato Keegan, I know you might be practicing in a different field where you need to be paid so that you can do the work. But in this country, in this world, where on earth that can contract be lended money by the government so that they can do the work. So, Mr. Speaker, we want also Kato Keegan, I know that you have gone all the way to ICC, but this is a different setup that we want to know where is the 85 million.
It's order, honorable members. Honorable legislative, there was a hand. Mr. Speaker, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving the people of Inamori an opportunity to be represented. Mr. Speaker, I also rise on the same point of order. You know, Mr. Speaker, what we are discussing here, Mr. Speaker, is a very serious allegations that was, labeled against our governor, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the legal counsel tries, Mr. Speaker, to pick issues from the Facebook, Mr. Speaker, and Mr. Speaker, in fact, I'm even worried, Mr. Speaker. Why is it that they are saying probably members of the county assembly that are supporting the impeachment because they have already, done the voting, Mr. Speaker, or are they, in my view, Mr. Speaker, I think they are just preparing our minds, Mr. Speaker. Maybe they have also, voted against the impeachment, Mr. Speaker. So he needs to substantiate, Mr. Speaker. And the same standing order, Mr. Speaker, 92. If the member cannot, because we treat Katwa as a member now because he, is giving us information. He needs to have those facts. If he doesn't, substantiate, Mr. Speaker, with facts, I think you need to make him withdraw and apologize, Mr. Speaker. In case it doesn't, Mr. Speaker, you really know the order, Mr. Speaker, and of course, you know what normally is done when someone refuses to, to apologize, Mr. Speaker, and throwing outside the counter, Mr. Speaker. Order. There is a point of order by Honorable Gilbert Ngatich first. There is a point of order by Gilbert Ngatich. Remember that you know this point of order are eating the 1.5 hours that we had.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thanks for this opportunity. I'm also given on the standing order number 98 and statement of facts that although we want to say, Mr. Speaker, sir, we live in a society where social media is much vibrant, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I also saw a voting which was done last night of 34 members voted. And then we wanted also to know how this 34 was obtained, Mr. Speaker, because the social media, Mr. Speaker, an honorable member seated in the House, Mr. Speaker, wrote it, Mr. Speaker, and also felt threatened that some voting has been done, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, I want to give to, I'll only give to two. I'll give to the Honorable Paul Chipsi, and then I give to Honorable Eric Beck, and then finally leader majority, and then I give direction so that we proceed. I don't want us to measure on the matters that are not in the substantive motion. We'll proceed, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me an opportunity while I raise on a point of order, Mr. Speaker. This is a special sitting to discuss very, very weighty matters to do with funds, resources for the county of Kericho. Our standing order, Mr. Speaker, is very clear, expressly. The responsibility for statement of fact. Mr. Speaker, sir, if a member can rise, and especially a senior member like Kato Gigi, can rise before this house, we have a mess that is representing authority in this house, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, how can a whole senior member make very serious allegations that maybe some voting has been done? Mr. Speaker, there are two things. It's either he substantiates with facts, or if he's unable to substantiate with facts, he apologizes. Or if he does not do that, Mr. Speaker, sir, you rule him out of order. Because, Mr. Speaker, sir, the whole country is following us. Mr. Speaker, sir, how can a whole member, a senior member, rise again and bring serious issues that voting has been done about to do some 34? Mr. Speaker, how do you admit into this house information? We are a house of rules and procedures. Everything that has not been processed to be admitted in this house is followed, Mr. Speaker, sir. Then back, I take you back again to the statement of fact. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Gilbert Matich, if he is unable to substantiate Mr. Speaker, these allegations of 34, Mr. Speaker, sir, you better rule it out of order, Mr. Speaker. Number 3, the Honorable Governor, a whole governor, Mr. Speaker, sir, can rise and make very serious allegations that the Honorable Rogan, the motion mover, is doing a road. Mr. Speaker, sir, he's answered. We are a house that does representation, legislation, and oversight. We do not implement, we do not execute anything, Mr. Speaker, sir. That is the height of displaying incompetence, Mr. Speaker, sir. And the Honorable Governor should also withdraw. I also take you back on the statement, the responsibility for statement of fact. If the Governor is unable to prove or substantiate that the Honorable one is doing a road in this place, then the Governor should also substantiate. Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, sir, the Governor has made allegations, very serious allegations, that my spouse is an employee of the county. That I accept. Mr. Speaker, sir, my spouse was employed in 2010 by the national government under economic stimulus program. And she has been working, she has rose through the ranks. She's now a senior member, and she is a senior member in terms of cancer, Mr. Speaker, sir. She's a cancer specialist. So the Governor, again, I quote, these are House of Rules and Procedures. We are guided by the standing order, the Constitution, national laws. If you are unable again to substantiate the Honorable Governor, you better withdraw and apologize so that it goes on record that you are saying the truth. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. We are guided and we are ready to execute this very serious matter on the embezzlement of 85 million, the procurement irregularities, Mr. Speaker, sir, that this county has continued to perpetrate. We also, Mr. Speaker, sir, the Auditor General put the Auditor General's report, put Kericho as number 2, that this county has been able and has carried out very serious procurement irregularities of 1.9 billion. Auditor General is an independent institution mandated to carry out audits and give audit reports regularly. So they've given out an audit report that county government of Kericho procurement irregularities of 1.9 billion. Mr. Speaker, has been mentioned. So we will be prosecuting this very serious matter, and we are inviting the country, we are inviting this country to follow us. History will be written today. Today, history will be written. And we want to stand with the people of Kericho. Finally, the Speaker, the statement, the responsibility for the statement of fact, standing on number 98 guidelines. Thank you, Mr.
Right, thank you, Honorable Erick Mutai, and then Leader of Majority. Honorable Leader of Majority, and then I will give direction.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think it's high time we guide the discussion and the debate of the House, Mr. Speaker. One, if we will sit here, Mr. Speaker, discussing what was in the social media, Mr. Speaker. Whatever we've seen in the social media are so many, Mr. Speaker, to a level. Some of my friends here, Mr. Speaker, are my friends maybe also my friends in Facebook, Mr. Speaker, aside being my friends and colleagues in the County Assembly of Kericho, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if we were to discuss the issue of voting, Mr. Speaker, yesterday and the other day, Mr. Speaker, we've seen a section of one of the members, Mr. Speaker, of this County Assembly, doing a face voting, Mr. Speaker, in an auditorium, Mr. Speaker, when there is no official sitting, there is no nurse, there is no speaker, there is no motion. So, Mr. Speaker, if we go in that direction, Mr. Speaker, of saying, I saw this in the social media, you saw this in the social media. Mr. Speaker, social media is widely used by so many people, Mr. Speaker, and therefore, it is good to know that this House is guided by one, the Constitution, number two, the standard orders, and the county government acts, Mr. Speaker. That if we can confine ourselves to those things, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me remind each and everybody here, Mr. Speaker, that if you are sick, when you attend the hospital, Mr. Speaker, you will not ask or you will not prescribe medicines for yourself, Mr. Speaker. You will wait for the doctor to see you, Mr. Speaker, then prescribe the medicine that you are supposed to take, Mr. Speaker. Number two, Mr. Speaker, when you are in the field, Mr. Speaker, I'm a football player. Number 9. Mr. Speaker, when you are in the field, Mr. Speaker, we have a rally. We have members or players of both teams, Mr. Speaker. And in this case, even looking and hearing the presentation here, Mr. Speaker, you will know that for a fact, there are teams. Now, when you have a team, A and team B, Mr. Speaker, the only person who will give guidance in the field, in the playing field, Mr. Speaker, is the referee, in which, in this case, Mr. Speaker, is one honorable Dr. Erick Mutai, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho. Is when it came that time, I don't know why we are preempting the issues of voting. Maybe it will not even get to that point. The last one, Mr. Speaker, on electronic voting, I don't know why when the County Assembly, you see, the president, who is also the party leader of the United Democratic Party, Mr. Speaker, has pronounced himself on people or Kenyans moving from the analog, Mr. Speaker, going digital. I don't know what is the problem when the County Assembly of Kericho decides to go digital, Mr. Speaker. I don't know why, but I believe the systems, whether they are there or not, Mr. Speaker, are subject to audits, Mr. Speaker. If they find that maybe this thing is not going to favor everybody, Mr. Speaker, let us sit, wait, we will challenge at the right time, Mr. Speaker. The issues of voting, I know, after being not in this House for a very longer time now, Mr. Speaker, it will be that time, and that time, I believe, the Speaker, according to the traditions of the House, will guide the House at that time. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, thank you, the Leader of Majority. I want us to have a way forward so that we don't waste time on non-issues. really, because we are in the midst of a debate. The only thing that I request both parties, the representatives of His Excellency the Governor, as well as the honorable members, is that I think that standing order of responsibility of facts is very important. So let us just avoid making statements that will require you to substantiate. That means you'll be eating on the time that we have allotted to the Governor. So let me direct this way. Another thing is that there is no way we can anticipate because the end process of these debates. However, the Governor had made his submission very clear that he wanted a fair process. So, of course, as you all know, in this house only we operate using standing orders, and everything that is outside these standing orders will be unfair. That is, we need to note that. And then secondly, of course, when it comes to that matter of which you are raising, it can be addressed at that point in time. I want us to avoid the dangerous path that we are taking, and I kindly request the Kadwa lead counsel, because you mentioned that you have information that the Honorable Dominic has been voted yes, and or vote, I don't know, you say that a vote already has been done. Of course, that is, unless you will prove it, that is, you are out of whatever, I'd be very kind not to initiate those procedures that the honorable members have suggested. Perhaps he was just raising his concern, and therefore we'll give it to Katwa to continue. But first, if to substantiate or withdraw on the voting, because already we are not yet there. I want to believe that there are issues that you can raise after. So and let us avoid these honorable members to this point of orders that really are not necessary at the moment, so that we can really prosecute the matter that are here, that has been raised by the motion mover. Let's follow the cue of the Governor, because His Excellency the Governor really responded to his issues point by point. That will save us time. Yes, lead counsel.
Mr. Speaker, sir, will you give me an opportunity to say something when we get to the
Yes, you said something about you substantiate the allegation that you made, and then of course, if you can't substantiate, you will have to withdraw, and then we close that matter on voting. We cannot discuss about voting. We are not yet there.
Okay, yes, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to apologize and withdraw what I said. I seem to be very popular at that point. I know the most vicious people who are against me are my good friends Tarimbo and Matthew. Having apologized and withdrawn, Mr. Speaker, sir, I know one of the speakers has said history will be made here. I think Mr. Tarimbo, Honorable Tarimbo, saying it will be made.
I think I know we will all the honorable members probably Katwa may not know you all by your names. I'll be guiding him. Honorable Tarimbo is not an official language. His name is Honorable Paul Sirsir.
Yes. So he said history will be made in this sitting today. I think that history might be in the sense of impeachment, and we want to say that history can only be made if the 18 votes of people who have said they are not supporting this impeachment is manipulated. Yes. Now, I would like to move on then to the
yes, the honorable process, what is it?
I am writing again on a point of order. And before the session began, you remind yourself that this meeting is official. The credibility for statement of fact is very important. When I say history will be made today, what did I say? History will be made by the governor being impeached. Impeachment is a process. That process, we are not even at the tail end of the process. So why would you know that I'm thinking that is a position? How does he know that this is how I'm voting? Why should it? So I'm going to not have to vote. after executing this matter. So, number two, Mr. Speaker, sir, when we talk about 18, who are these 18? Who are these 16? Who are these 13? Who are they? Any information that is not official in this way, Mr. Speaker, sir, is misleading.
It isn't.
So when you tell us 18 and then what has been taken, so senior counsel on the should be guided accordingly. Mr. Speaker, sir, responsibility for state manager and members are responsible for the accuracy of any facts which are not alleged to be true and they require substantiate any such facts. So let the senior counsel substantiate. Using the right procedure,
We can-
admitting information to the house.
All members, we will, if we continue that way, we will lose the direction. Although you withdrawn the comment on the matter of voting by voting for some honorable members, and we have agreed that we are not yet there, and we cannot anticipate a process. So now, going forward, so that we move forward, there should be no discussion on the matter of voting until when the chair will give direction and that thing ends. So that we proceed there, so that we finish, we continue. So you can now continue making your submissions. The submission by the governor. I hope it is not on the matter of voting anymore. Yes. Yes. Yes, let's give time to the governor.
It is on the matter of voting, because, Mr. Speaker, I recognize, I don't know my submission that I will submit to you and you chair is a fair process, and I did mean that. I actually know the weight of this matter, Mr. Speaker, and that is why we need to ventilate very objectively on the same, Mr. Speaker. And equally, where Mheshimiwa Tarimba asked me to try and apologize, I do try and apologize. And at the same time, there are some questions of semantics, Mr. Speaker. When we're saying we're doing a road, you know, the English language is arbitrarily in scope and space. So when we say we're doing, there is the act of doing, there is the implications and the implied meaning, Mr. Speaker, according to Naomi Chomsky, 1856, Mr. Speaker. There's something I forgot in my submission, Mr. Let's go. Because I need the time. There is an accusation, Mr. Speaker, that has been made, and I thought I forgot to respond, and it's a very important allegation that touches directly of the office of the governor. In the submissions of the Honorable Motion Mover, an indication is made that I rubbish or something to do with the whistleblower. And I told this directly touches in my office, Mr. Speaker, it's important to mention before we go for the cup of tea. And I know you are my estimate, it will be okay if we do that cup of tea together. Mr. Speaker, the office of the governor has constituted, has the governor and the deputy governor controlled by the hips. The deputy governor cannot be a whistleblower because he earns a salary to assist the governor in performing its functions. Part of the functions is not whistleblowing, because the deputy governor, it's important for you to know this, the deputy governor has the responsibility of chairing sub-cabinet committees. These are very critical committees because of the CC, Mr. Speaker, which involve processing of materials and guiding the county on matters discipline. And when I say this, Mr. Speaker, I have noted two concerns that in the Montgomery report, the whistleblower was in the deputy governor. In these other reports, I don't know if you are going for me. Thank you. The other report, Mr. Speaker, in the other judicial payment, the whistleblower is in the deputy governor. It is good for this House to make a determination in a fair way that the governor and the deputy governor are elected on the same pair of tickets. Salaries are drawn by the deputy governor. My view, Mr. Speaker, as you appreciate even with employing, is that there must be a boundary between malice, political aspirations, and discharge of duties given by the Constitution. The whistleblower in this matter is an interesting part because one is elected to serve the people of Kericho. In this service is a